of your rooms and all that you can't really say publicly. The arrangement of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which has become the Fulani Republic of Nigeria, the arrangement is so lopsided, so unfair, that the injustice is so entrenched and so much that it has pushed the component parts of that supposed republic into balkanization, the precipice of breakup. That is how much that injustice is. Sunday Igboho acknowledged this in many of his speeches. Why should Yorubas be holding the short end of the stick? Why should we be called partners in a country that we have no say in how we, protect our own economic interests, protect our own lives and properties, protect our own everything we hold dear, even when they come under attacks, when Nigeria should be standing for us, because of the supposed agreement of that union, of that republic, that made us surrender our sovereignty to Nigeria, so Nigeria in return will keep us safe. It is unfair that Nigeria failed to protect our people, and Nigeria also says we can't protect ourselves. Unfortunately, they made Sunday Igboho somebody they will make a scapegoat. And they found friends, those who were looking forward to a time they were going to be called excellencies, Mr. President or this and that, Mr. Minister or this and that, while the Yorubas continue to die in the hands of the terrorists that are sponsored, covered, and protected by the government that is supposed to protect us. That was what Sunday Igboho was talking about. If this unfair deal that will make Yoruba people become so vulnerable on our own land, that our people can be slaughtered and killed right there inside their homes, even when they are not fighting anybody, and yet we have no right to defend ourselves. That is unfair. And Sunday Igboho said he called on all the Yorubas to come together to protect ourselves. That what is going on in Egongon, by the time they unleash these 1,748 cells that they have across the Yoruba forest, by the time they unleash them, really, Zamfara will be better than anywhere in Yoruba land. And is that what you want? It is obvious that the government is protecting the terrorists, providing them logistics, guns, weapons, and then, movement and all of that. But we are not allowed to talk about it. But when you ask yourself, where is the military? Where is the police? Where are those who are supposed to protect the people? They are busy killing the people. And that's where we found ourselves. And that's how they made Sunday Igboho a target. They said he has to be killed. They went after his life. They killed 2 people in his house. They kidnapped 13 people, and they are holding them they are holding them for a crime that they never committed. Yet, while the lives of those that brought the likes of Sunday Igboho into this whole struggle, their lives remain in the hands of the killers. As a Yoruba man, you may not know what this is all about yet, but you will soon know what this is all about. What they have done is to ensure that we are disarmed. We will not be protected by anybody. Forget it. If your community is under attack anywhere, until the attack is done, there will be no defense for you. Now, this is where we have problems. This issue of insecurity, which has also led to food insecurity, more of our farms are being destroyed. That is more than Fulani versus anybody now. This is pretty much like a Nigeria against our existence. They shut our border in the name of curbing smuggling. Yet, the northern border is opened for all this manner of terrorists to wade in and come in. Now, you know what they did in Egongon? Last night, when they carried out that attack without using the foot the usual way, but coming, pretending to be agent of government, right? So if, just like what they did at Sunday Igboho's house, so if they've managed to publicly admit that they killed some of them, the government of Boko Haram will send in military to Ibarapa. They will start arresting every young. They will first kill as many as they can kill, burn down so many houses they can burn, and then start kidnapping every young male. Every young male, that if every male child or man that found in this area, they will start kidnapping them like they are doing to the IPOB members. You know why? They will say the people of Ibarapa, they killed custom officers, they killed military officers. And this is a new way of how they are going to carry out so many attacks in Yoruba land, so many assassinations, so many arson and all of that. And so many Yoruba governors, they are going to be aware of all of this. And the question is, what are they going to do? What are they doing about it? You see, when they went to Sunday Igboho's house, there was already a report that they were coming. But the report, the intel that was given to Sunday Igboho and his team before that 1st of July attack was that they will be coming overnight and they were going to make sure that they block all the entrance and exit to Soka so that they will have no way of leaving that area for Lagos rally. But it won't be on the 1st. You know, the Lagos rally was meant to be on the 3rd. So the report, the security report was that they were coming overnight between 2nd and 3rd, which now can be considered as, a wrong intel. But it's not because they didn't know they were coming. But what they were told that they were coming to do was that they were coming to pretend to arrest him and they will kidnap him. Right? They were not told that they were coming there to attack and kill. That too was another wrong info given. But the bottom line is that Sunday Igboho knew that they were coming to his house. They were going to lay siege to the entire community in Soka. So because of that, they decided that everyone who is meant to be going to Lagos with them on the 3rd should be at Oloye Sunday Igboho's house, including those who are going to form the security. Then the last minute, the report came that it is better for Sunday Igboho not to engage them by any means because the intention is that the operation is two-faced. The intention is not to arrest him. The intention is to kill him. And if in the process of trying to kill him, he ended up killing them, they will, and those who are coming to pick him up, they are not government sanctioned. It is a covert operation sent by the assassin of the Fulani terrorists to kill him and kill anything that moves in the house. So it is better not to shoot or fight them, right, than to engage them. And by today, if that was what happened, let's say, like they said that they found 14 AK-47, 7 AK-47 or so guns in his house, right? That they found all those guns, all those things they displayed. Ask yourself. And they said they were shooting at them. They were shooting at them until they overpowered them. And Sunday Igboho disappeared and they couldn't, he escaped. That was a lie. When they came in like the normal terrorists would do, right? They started shooting at the house, throwing dynamite, and they started calling him, Sunday Igboho, come out, oh. Come out. We are Nigeria military. We are DSS. We are police. If you don't come out, we are going to kill everybody in that house. We are going to, all that kind of thing from outside. Then people started moving like, what is going on? What is going on? Right? And then within a twinkle of an eye, they gain access in. Right? And they started the vandalization. The man they killed, that they smashed his head, he wasn't fighting them. Imagine if Sunday Igboho genuinely have or had 14 guns in that house, and 14 people were holding that guns, and no single person was shot at among the DSS and the rest of them that claim responsibility for that attack. But remember, Sunday Igboho has been marked for daring to send the Fulani out of Ngongon the way he did, and also for encouraging the Yorubas. It was pretty much like he was the one who made most people who never believed that danger that we talk about is pretty much at the backyard, right there inside our parlor, by the way, in Yoruba land, until what happened in Ngongon happened. So when Sunday Igboho now called and people started calling Ishokon Omo Odua, they called, that was when Ilana Omo Odua, led by Professor Banji Akintoye. And Baba said when he finally met Sunday Igboho, it wasn't Sunday Igboho that is asking for Oduduwa Republic. It wasn't Sunday Igboho that is pretty much a champion. Oh yeah, I want to do. No. Of course he mentioned, and he continued repeatedly to mention the inequality, the unfair deal that the Yorubas have, which has now brought us this danger of today. But it was that brave move that attracted him to the Ilana Omo Odua, led by Professor Banji Akintoye, the real people behind Oduduwa Republic Yoruba Nation agitation, the real people who have been doing all the groundwork, all the legal work, locally and internationally, hearing about Oduduwa Republic Yoruba Nation here and there. They were not done by Igboho, but it was easier for the Fulani oligarchs and their propagandist lapdogs from Yoruba land to quickly set Igboho up for easy assassination, so that the only voice that is intimidating enough for the Fulani terrorists to think twice with the way they are going to deal with the voice, those who are the lapdogs, the humble slaves, the obedient fools, all these career criminals who are lapdog to APC, Egbekegbe. That was why it is easier for them to promote the propaganda that is this Sunday Igboho that will be leading. I would have supported Oduduwa Republic, but how can Sunday Igboho be the one leading Oduduwa Republic? Sunday Igboho is not the one leading Oduduwa Republic, and it's a shame that many people were actually deceived to believe that Sunday Igboho is a necessary evil. If those who were supposed to protect us, if those who were supposed to speak for us, if those who represent Ayete Ibarapa in different House of Assembly or National Assembly, if they did their job, there would be no need for Sunday Igboho to put his life, his family's life, the lives of his own loved ones, his own life, everything he has, saved for himself to put all of that in line to go and say he wants to be a hero. If those people have done their work, if they have spoken up for the people of Ibarapa, if they have decided to defend the people of Ibarapa, if they have done the job they are paid to do, there would never have been any reason for Sunday Igboho. Do you know that? It was that singular move that attracted him to the Yoruba Nation movement. And they saw him as an advantage that will help the young Yorubas to take the self-determination, awareness, and campaign seriously, since they can realize how shortchanged they have been in the Project Nigeria, and since nobody will speak for us, they can be together and push for something that indeed represents them. That's how Sunday Igboho came into the picture. But look at what they have done to him. Look at what they have done to him. Look at the lives they have killed, the lives they have ruined. Look at the people they have subjected to incarceration and detention for doing nothing. And look at the community that cried out for help to government, to politicians, to different people that they thought could help, but did nothing. Why they die in the hands of those who are legalized to carry guns. So when they tell you to hate Sunday Igboho, what they are telling you is to hate yourself. Because if people have listened, if we all have listened, if we have listened to the antecedent that I just told you about, maybe collectively, stronger voice would have prevented any attack on Sunday Igboho or any Yoruba son or Yoruba daughter asking for a fair deal, asking for self-determination, asking for Oduduwa Republic is your right. But when you are not being led by the Fulani jihadist apologist, nobody should kill you. If you feel like you are not being given a fair deal, now, the Fulanis are telling the Yorubas now that they must hand over Sunday Igboho to them. Just like they are telling the Biafrans, the Igbo leaders, that they should keep their mouth shut now that they are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And if they refused to obey that order, the order of Yorubas, handing over Sunday Igboho and ignore any killings, any attack, and also stop this your ban on open grazing. If you don't obey these orders, then forget it. Forget 2023. Now that's the condition. That is the condition, that they want us to hand over Sunday Igboho. They want us to stop talking about those who got killed. They want us to stop talking and reporting the names and where these killings are taking place. If we want to be president in 2023. Now, this is where it becomes tricky. They are telling the Yorubas, they are telling us to ignore the economic jihad waged on us by this invading Fulani terrorists. Economic jihad is when they attack our source of livelihood. Agriculture is the last resort, mainstay of our people's survival economically, especially in this time of economic crunch. We still try to grow our own food. In this time or period of food inflation that makes it so difficult for people to feed, it gets worse when we can't grow our food. When we grow them and they get destroyed, that is economic jihad. Our people will become more poorer. And that is not where they are stopping. They are telling us we must stop trying to defend ourselves. We must wait for them to decide when they will defend us. And they've never defended us. Look at all the attacks. Where have you read that when they are attacking a place in Yoruba land, the military responded and they apprehended the attackers and they killed some of them, and here are those who attacked this place on this date? Have you ever seen that? You will never see that ever. Now they said we should keep short and give them Igboho to kill him if we want to be president in 2023. They are also telling the Igbo leaders that if they obey all rules and order, they too, they can present president. Now, you and I can tell that with the latest they have also told you, with the atrocities they have committed so far, with the agenda they are pushing that is never in your interest or mine, because there's no way Ruga agenda is in our interest. Live and let live is what we, the Yorubas, believe in. Live and let live. Right? So the agenda of us having to cede our land, if we want to live, is alien to us. A condition that we have every right to reject. Now, if that is a condition to be president, okay, it means a Yoruba president must be ready to create Ruga. A Yoruba president must be ready to create the Fulani report. The Fulani local government areas as it is already gazetted, and they are going to implement it. Or if a Yoruba man will not do that, fine. Okay, maybe an Igbo man will do it. Do you want to be president? And that is something that a gamble that you all know, a Fulani man would rather say, I will die, than to let an Igbo man be president. Above all, they believe they hold the longest part of the stick, and they can decide what we become without us having a say. That is really, really unfair. And when something becomes that unfair, to the point that these guys can say this to our faces, kill our people and tell us that we have no right to ban open grazing, and that banning open grazing is a gang up against the North. So we are left with nothing but to rather ride or die. To rather fight or die. That is the point they are pushing us to now. They killed innocent people in Egongon, and they are coming back. It is not because Yorubas have no power to push these criminals back. But yes, there is a political logjam, something I call the BS, bullshit. When people say our hands are tied, we cannot unilaterally go ahead and procure arms for our people to protect and defend themselves when it has become so obvious that those in charge of Nigeria, they are hell-bent in forcing this Fulanization agenda on us, where armed criminals will disguised in security uniforms, they will carry out attacks on our people, and you and I will call them unknown gunmen, where nobody will be held responsible, and then we have to what? We have to live with that. Now tell me, when people tell you that, or those who are there right now, who call themselves the governors, the senators who came out with a resolution asking that the constitution should be amended so that they can have the right to buy guns. And the Fulanis have told them, no, you're not going to buy any gun. No, we're not going to let. No, you won't. We're going to ban open grazing to reduce this influx of this armed Fulani terrorists using cows and any other means to invade communities in Yoruba land and in the entire southern Nigeria. They said, no, you're not going to do that. No, you're not going to do that. That's a gang up. If you're going to do that, then we're going to do our own. Because it is either you let us do what we want, if you want power, or you can dare us and we will keep power and we'll still do what we want. That is unfair. As a Yoruba man, whether you are in APC, whether you are in PDP, whether you support Tifnumbu, this is a common sense thing now. Because you know what? When these attacks happens, most of the time, some of you, innocently, you are going to get caught up in the crossfire. Your community may be the next one on the radar. Yes, you may say to yourself that, God forbid, I believe that those who got killed in a Gongon yesterday night, they also believed in God. And possibly they also said, God will forbid it. No, we are not going to give you power. And this is what happened in Gogon, just for the record. For those who are watching, okay? I think I have it here. Watch. And the credits goes to them.
Mọ́júmọ́ làwọn ní àgbọ̀ pé àwọn jàǹdùkú kan wọlú igbó ọ̀rá tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣọṣẹ́ tó jẹ́ pé àwọn èèyàn méjì ni wọ́n bá ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ náà lọ. Ibùdó àwọn Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn nílùú Gangan níbẹ̀ la wà báyìí. So chairman Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn kan tí mo commander ẹ wá sà. Commander ẹ jọ̀ọ́ sà, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ nílùú igbó aláwẹ̀ sà?
Lálẹ́ àná nípa bí aago 2:30. So aago 2:30 àná náà ni wọ́n pè wá láti Gangan pé àwọn sójà àtàwọn custom wọ́n ti ń pa àwọn èèyàn ní Gangan. Àwa pé commandant wa ní state wá ní ká lọ síbẹ̀ ká lọ rescue wọn. So ìgbà tá a máa lọ lójú ọ̀nà commander wa ó ṣàlàyé fún wa pé a lọ múra torí ọ́fíìsì la wà. Commander wa sọ fún wa pé ká lọ múra nílé, gbogbo wa lọ sílé a lọ múra láti máa padà wá sọ́fíìsì, gbogbo wa ti wà lọ́fíìsì ṣùgbọ́n àwọn nìkan náà wọ́n ń dábọ̀ láti ilé wọn.
So commander yìí ni àwọn ọ̀nà náà ṣekú pa.
Commander àwọn ṣekú pa wọ́n pọ̀ lórí ẹ̀ ni àwa ti wà ní ìyànà comprehensive hospital níbí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni gbogbo àwọn Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn wà. Wọ́n ń dábọ̀ tiwọn láti ilé wọn jì sí ọ́fíìsì wa. So along the road wọ́n ṣe ń bọ̀ wọ́n wá kó sáàrin wọn mọ̀ pé àwọn ni wọ́n fẹ́ pàdé wọ́n ṣe dàbò wọ́n nìyẹn.
Ẹnì kejì tí wọ́n wá pa ńkọ́?
Níbi wọ́n ti pa Ayétẹ̀
wọ́n ti pa ẹnì kejì. Tọ́ ìlú igbó aláwà báyìí o tẹ́tí ń wò wá kedere tán ti ní àwọn tán sójà àtàwọn custom wọ́n ti pa kọ̀mándà Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn tó wà ní ìlú igbó ọ̀rá. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà, ibùdó àwọn Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn nínú igbó ọ̀rá báyìí. Ìjà rí ẹnìkan tó wà ń bẹ̀ nígbà tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ náà ṣẹlẹ̀?
Àwọn ìlú tí mo dúró náà wà ń bẹ̀.
Ẹ wà ń bẹ̀ nígbà tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ náà ṣẹlẹ̀?
Ẹ sà wà ń bẹ̀.
Kí wá ní ipa tẹ́ kó láti fi.
Pàtàkì gbogbo àwọn ọkọ̀ àti akó bẹ̀yìn àwọn ìmọ̀ sọ báyìí.
So wọ́n ti fẹ́ gbé òkú kọ̀mándà náà jáde báyìí. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ti fẹ́ lọ gbé, wọ́n ti fẹ́ lọ sin ìlú igbó aláwà báyìí tẹ́tí ń wò wá báyìí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ wá ní pé ó tún wá ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ìgàngán náà báyìí.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni láti Gangan wọ́n ti ń bọ̀.
Láti Ìgàngán wọ́n ti ń bọ̀.
Àwọn kan fèsì àwa kan fẹ́ rescue wọn, a fẹ́ rìn wọn lọ́wọ́ ni so that láti pàdé wọn lọ́nà.
So láti Ìgàngán náà ti ń bọ̀ wá sí.
Face to face fire.
Face to face fire. Ǹjẹ́ a rí mọ̀lẹ́bí olóògbé náà nígbà ìsà?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni ó wà ń bí.
Desmond Elliot, good to have you.
Thank you.
How does it feel to be a politician?
Awesome. Yeah, it's awesome.
Now, how will you describe Desmond Elliot as a politician?
Someone hated.
And Desmond Elliot as an actor?
He was loved. Yeah. He was truly loved.
Why the hate as a politician?
Tell me.
Or is it because of the speech you made about regulating social media?
You could start that was the beginning of the problem.
Mm. And since then, people have been abusing you right, left, and center.
We're just there abusing ourselves, which to me is not necessary.
But why did you decide to choose politics?
I try my best to be fulfilled.
So is that why you built this kind of bridge for your people?
Having more opportunities to touch more lives, to me, is more important.
So how many lives have been touched by that bridge?
9394.
Is that good enough?
The honest truth is, it sounds stuttering now, eh?
Yeah. A lot of people think you going into politics was a mistake, calling you all sorts of names, Desmond Idiot.
Are you serious?
Even now, if somebody has a problem, you say it was caused by Desmond Elliot. What's your take on that?
My take is that's the situation we find ourselves today.
They even say you are the cause of Bill Gates' divorce.
I didn't cause the problem. I'm here to try and find a solution.
Solution? How exactly?
I felt, I could do this for him.
Okay. With which money?
Your money.
I need my own share first too.
It's fine.
Fine, Abi. Because I'll take it up.
Take it up.
So where will I come and get it?
Anytime you come to Surulere,
When will people stop calling you Desmond Idiot?
If you ask me now, who I go ask? I'm just kidding now. Okay, I'm kidding.
Your Excellency, Mr. Senate President, there's only one small issue I want to draw your attention to in my CV. It's about my name. My name, as it appears on your CV, is my correct name, which is Lai Mohammed. Please don't believe what they say on the social media. They call me all sorts of names there. I used to ignore it until one day when my 7-year-old grandson called me and said, "Grandpa, tell me the truth. Why would they call you Liar Mohammed?" I looked at him. What do you say to a 7-year-old son? How do you explain politics to him? So I said, "No, don't mind them. They are the bad guys." He said, "You mean like Joker, like Bane, and I think another name?" I had no idea what he meant, but I said yes. Later, I found out that those names were actually the names of their cartoon bad guys. So I thank you very much, Mr. President and the district members. I'm ready for your questions. Thank you very much.
Senator
Lai Mohammed, welcome to the Cowboy interview.
Thank you very much.
Why would Twitter delete the president's tweet?
Twitter may have its own rules. It's not a universal rule.
Why will he make such a statement?
I'm not saying that Mr. President does not have the right to express his anger.
But many Nigerians feel that expression is inciting violence.
President's speech that anybody who is destroying infrastructure should be ready for the consequences. Is that inciting violence?
Someone even said Mr. President cannot operate an Android phone, but he made that tweet using an Apple iPhone.
We should stop comparing apples with oranges.
It's Android, not oranges.
Whatever name.
Describe this administration in one sentence.
Lack of tolerance, lack of rule of law.
Do you consider yourself patriotic?
We have a country to rule, and we'll do so to the best of our ability.
Because at one time you were asked to choose between Ghana Jollof and Nigerian Jollof, but you chose Senegal instead.
That's why I think you are again mixing things.
So I can't comment on your falling our hand.
If you want to comment, be fair.
It seems you don't want to discuss it.
What we were discussing was different. We were discussing Twitter.
Back to Twitter, what exactly do you think is their mission?
The mission of Twitter in Nigeria is very, very suspect.
Excuse me?
Twitter's mission in Nigeria is very suspect.
You mean suspicious?
Suspect.
As the Minister of Information, is this your grammar acceptable?
It's not acceptable anywhere in the world.
Because it's not used anywhere.
I don't say anywhere in the world.
Now, between those of you in government and we the people, who do you think is guilty of double standards?
We are the one guilty of double standards.
Wow. So what is your precopious proliferation?
Sir? Ma?
Oh, never mind.
I think sometimes where you be somebody.
It's okay now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Governors can actually give lands for ranches, but is the federal government also concerned about the kind of consultations that may have gone on between the state government and the people living in those communities who have ancestral attachment to those plot of lands?
Ancestral attachment, you can only have attachment when you are alive. If you are talking of ancestral attachment, if you are dead, what does the attachment matter? What does it matter again? The National Economic Council that recommended ranching went around those states. It didn't just legislate it, there were consultations. So, if a state does not have land genuinely, it's understood. Not every state will have ranches. You don't have to have ranches in 36 states. So, if there's no land genuinely, fine. But where you have land and you can do something, please do for peace. What will the land be used for if those who own it are dead at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
It's better, like somebody has said before, it's better to live on the land than to be under the land.
Under the land. All right, good to have you back here again sometime soon. Thanks so much.
Better.
This is the show where we address issues, and today we have Femi Adesina addressing the issues of the pigeons that refuse to fly. How do you feel about this, your job?
What the heck? What kind of job is this that opens you to all kinds of abuse?
And you're still doing it?
Because I am serving a man I had always admired.
Recently, you were assigned to get pigeons for the Armed Forces Remembrance Day. What kind of assignment is that?
It's an assignment I am happy to carry out.
Or is it because it involves some, now? But why contract Adams Oshomole to supply birds for such an all-important event?
I've always seen him as a man who can make a difference.
He did make a difference. Yeah, he brought birds that wouldn't fly. Now, see the position that I've put you.
This kind of position will attract a lot of comment.
Of course, there's even this perception that the birds were not properly fed that day.
The reality is often different from the perception.
And what is the villa doing about this?
The security agencies, the anti-graft agencies need to probe him, which they said they were doing and possibly are still doing.
I understand he was not paid.
No,
Why are you stuttering? Was he paid his money?
It is not everything that a hunter sees in the bush that he talks about. But at the risk of revealing something, I know that a breakthrough was about being achieved before what happened. Then do you think he should walk away?
Why won't he walk away when the government have done nothing about his payment?
When you say the government has done nothing, that is not quite right. Because nothing means nothing. And something has been done.
If something was done, then why didn't you release the money to him? Abiona, don't corner that one. This is not a laughing matter. When will he be paid his money?
This weekend.
Now, do the other aides of Mr. President know about this?
Few aides, minimum.
And they didn't give any guidance that the birds should be fed?
There was that guidance. There has to be that interface between him
and Oshomole.
Yes.
Why Oshomole? Are there no other alternatives?
In a country of 198 million people, there will always be alternatives.
We know some people took these birds home to make pepper soup. Who are these people?
It's a coalition of willing people.
Coalition? Mr. Adesina, thank you very much for coming. Coalition indeed.
We are going back to Ibarapa.